No, you listen. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to want the most out of whoever you got on the floor. And, you want to get the most from whoever's playing. But sometimes you just can't overcome this many injuries that we have. I mean, we have pretty much 5 guys out of our top 9 or top 10 out of the rotation or not playing because of injury. So and it's next man up, but sometimes you just fall short.
Is it at all easier to accept these losses knowing this is not your team a month from now?
No. Accept losses? No.
This is not the team we're going to see a month from now.
Yeah, but I'll never accept a loss. It's not in my DNA.
Look, however you want to spin it, time's running out for the Cavs to get it right and to put together a nice stretch here. What is it, like 16 games left? Do you see something wrong with the Cavs, Cris?
I've been seeing something wrong with the Cavs. We talked about last week that OKC being the most disappointing team, I would put the Cavs in the same breath. Even with the injuries they have, you don't expect them to play the Clippers after a very good win against Denver and Los Angeles in a weekend in Los Angeles and lose both of those games. With the personnel they have, they are good enough to win these games. And on paper, it looked like these games were close, but Cleveland was never in control of either one of these games. The Lakers, they're not even a playoff team. The Clippers, the way they played against them on Friday night, yes, I would be concerned. It's more than just the injuries. I'm concerned about the backcourt. How much can they score? Because when you don't have Kevin Love and you only have LeBron, all right, how many points are they going to contribute? George Hill, he looked like he slowed down since the trade, so I'm concerned about him. I know no one else is concerned about J.R. Smith. I'm concerned about J.R. Smith.
Who's not concerned about J.R.? You said no one else is concerned. Who's not concerned?
I don't know who else is concerned about.
Oh, I thought you said I know no one else is concerned about J.R.
Just listen up.
Okay.
I don't know who else is concerned about J.R. Smith. I'm concerned about J.R. Last year J.R. had a lot of personal issues. Premature birth of his child last season. In 2017-18 season, J.R. has not been himself. I was surprised they didn't trade J.R. So we thought that he would have second life after the trade deadline. No hope for that. So I'm concerned about their backcourt more so than I am about the injury.
The backcourt, the Cavs have had the least productive backcourt, no matter who they put out there. Statistically, of any team, forget that's a playoff team, of any team that's not one of the 5 worst teams in the league. The Cavs had the least production from their starting backcourt. That's whether it was Calderon starting or Isaiah Thomas or Derrick Rose or whomever, George Hill at point guard, and then JR's been their starting 2 guard, except for the very beginning of the season with Dwayne Wade all year long. The backcourt obviously has to get better for them to have any chance at winning a championship. The defense, the most disappointing thing about yesterday was you knew that with Tristan Thompson injured, that Julius Randle and Brook Lopez theoretically could have big games. Because Larry Nance, while I think he's a good defender against a team like Houston, against a team like Golden State, even against a team like Boston that doesn't have a dominant big person, he's undersized. So if you play a team like Detroit that has Andre Drummond, or if you play a team like Los Angeles that has 2 good, skilled offensive big guys, that's a game where you could have used Tristan Thompson. But they knew that going in. So if you know you're going to be at a deficit defensively in the paint going in, you've got to be better on the perimeter. You've got to be better on your switches. You've got to give more attention to detail. And I know the Cavs were injured. And listen, John Holland played 19 minutes. He won't play a single playoff minute. Ante Zizic played 20. He won't play a single playoff minute. Calderon played 21. He won't play playoff minutes. But the Lakers didn't have their second best guy or their best guy, depending on what you think of Brandon Ingram. Like, the injuries can't be the reason they lost to the Lakers. When the Lakers are missing one of their best players, it wasn't on a back-to-back, when I don't want to say you gave away the game against the Clippers, but as Cece mentioned, the Clippers were in control the entire time. Like LeBron said it, you should be able to, especially when LeBron plays well. He wasn't great, but he played fine. When LeBron gives you 24, 10, and 7, you shouldn't lose to the Lakers in a game that is decided with 7 minutes left in the fourth and you're benching your starters. Like, that shouldn't happen.
My issue is when you look at Houston, there's not one particular part of the game that you said, this has to get better if they're going to make a title run. Or the Warriors, this has to get better. But when you say, like, the backcourt has to get better or their defense has to get better, it concerns me because we are running out of time and and you're adding Kevin Love to the mix again. So I don't know when all this is going to happen, that these things are just going to suddenly get better and then Kevin Love is going to fit into a rotation seamlessly.
No, they will get better when they get back those players. But we act as if Tristan Thompson was making all NBA before he got injured. He was playing awful. LeBron and Jeff Green were awful on defense. So we talk about their backcourt being bad, offensively, defensively. Their front court, not only their center, their forwards. LeBron and Jeff Green, I mean, Randall scoring
36. He had the best game of his life.
I mean, they got all kinds of problems that I don't believe they have enough to be able to get them to the finals. So for me, I've been concerned about Cleveland for a long time, and that just continues as we get into the middle of March.
So hold on, when you then that was interesting there. You said enough to get to the finals. That's your level of concern right now? That they could not
I've been
make
saying
the finals?
that. Yes, absolutely. The NBA finals.
No,
That's
no,
my
of course.
goal.
No. I understand.
Yes.
But I know that even when the Cavs have been playing better, you've been concerned enough that you said even if they make the finals, I don't think they can win it. Right now, though, you're concerned about whether they would even get there.
Absolutely.
Whether they'd even get.
what have they done that would say, oh yeah, they can still beat Toronto? Like, nothing to me.
No, it's just, and again.
And then the only thing we're relying on is, Toronto hadn't been as good the last 3 playoffs. That's the only thing that we're relying on.
No, we're also relying on what we've seen the last 10 years in the playoffs from LeBron in the East. Like, that's you guys keep asking me what'll take it for me to shake my faith. And all year long, I haven't picked them to win the title, but all year long, I picked them to go to the finals. And I just need to see it. I need to see there to be a series in the East. Because even the...
So this is Cleveland, regardless of how bad they play, you won't be concerned until someone else does something.
I won't be concerned with Cleveland's ability to make the NBA Finals until the other team has 3 wins, they're down 10 points with a minute left. Like, I just won't be.